real situation on the Ukrainian-Russian border right now is a little bit like the fog of war, really. What we do know is that over these last few weeks, a substantial sort of redeployment of Russian military material and of Russian manpower has taken place along that border. And it has reminded some sort of observers of the events of 2014, when Russia did, of course, actually invade Ukraine and seized a certain amount of territory of Ukraine. We've also heard sort of from the Kremlin a certain rhetorical ratcheting up. It has long been the position of the Kremlin, of Moscow, that Ukrainian membership in NATO is unacceptable to it. And now I think that sort of red line seems to be shifting towards not only formal membership in NATO is unacceptable, but military cooperation with NATO is sort of increasingly unacceptable. And that's really important, because after that initial Russian invasion of Ukraine 8 years ago, what we saw was sort of NATO stepping into the breach, really, as Ukraine's primary military ally. And the noises coming from Russia now basically signal that that is sort of unacceptable, and that Russia needs some kind of guarantee that that Ukraine will not be sort of sucked in informally almost into NATO. Now, despite all this, however, I think it is important to note that the numbers we're talking about on the Ukrainian border are probably not at this stage enough to entertain anything like a full sort of invasion of Ukraine. Everyone in Moscow, in the Kremlin, is very aware that that would be an enormously expensive enterprise in terms of money and in terms of lives. So it is really this sort of fog of war situation. We don't know what Russia is planning, what the Kremlin is intending, and there is cause for worry, but we're probably not right now on the brink of war.